కొంచెం వెనకాల కూడా మీడియా మిత్రులందరికీ స్వాగతం. ఈరోజు భారతీయ జనతా పార్టీ యొక్క జాతీయ పార్టీ ఆదేశాల మేరకు మొత్తం దేశంలోని 54 నగరాలలో బడ్జెట్ యొక్క సమాచారాన్ని, బడ్జెట్ సంబంధించిన విషయాలను మీడియాకు చెప్పడం కోసం అదేవిధంగా పుర ప్రముఖులతో మాట్లాడడం కోసం ఈరోజు కేంద్ర రైల్వేస్, కమ్యూనికేషన్స్ అండ్ ఎలక్ట్రానిక్స్, ఐటీ మినిస్టర్ ఆనరబుల్ మినిస్టర్ అశ్విని వైష్ణవ్ గారు ఈరోజు హైదరాబాద్కు వచ్చారు. వారు రైల్వే మినిస్టర్గా ఈరోజు హైదరాబాద్కు ప్రత్యేకంగా రావడానికి కారణం తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్రానికి మొట్టమొదటిసారిగా చారిత్రాత్మకమైన నిర్ణయం అత్యధిక బడ్జెట్ను తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్రానికి ఇచ్చినందుకు రాష్ట్ర పార్టీ అధ్యక్షుని తరఫున, రాష్ట్ర పార్లమెంట్ సభ్యుల తరఫున కాజీపేట కోచ్ ఫ్యాక్టరీ కూడా ప్రకటించబోతున్న సందర్భంగా వారికి రాష్ట్ర పార్టీ తరఫున, అధ్యక్షుడి తరఫున, మినిస్టర్ తరఫున తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్ర ప్రధాన కార్యదర్శి ప్రేమేందర్ రెడ్డి గారు ప్రత్యేకంగా సన్మానిస్తున్నారు. ఈ ప్రెస్ కాన్ఫరెన్స్ లో సార్ ఎన్విఎస్ ప్రభాకర్ గారు, మాజీ శాసనసభ్యులు, చర్లపల్లి టెర్మినల్ కూడా ప్రత్యేకంగా వారి నియోజకవర్గంలో వస్తుంది. చర్లపల్లి టెర్మినల్ దానికి ప్రత్యేక నిధులు కేటాయించి ప్రారంభించినందుకు చర్లపల్లి ఏరియా కమ్స్ అండర్ హిజ్ మినిస్టర్. ఈ ప్రెస్ కాన్ఫరెన్స్ లో నాతో పాటు బీజేపీ రాష్ట్ర ప్రధాన కార్యదర్శి ప్రేమేందర్ రెడ్డి గారు, బీజేపీ జాతీయ నాయకులు ప్రస్తుతం తమిళనాడు సహాయ ఇన్ఛార్జ్ సుధాకర్ రెడ్డి గారు, మాజీ పార్లమెంట్ సభ్యులు సీనియర్ నాయకులు కొండ విశ్వేశ్వర రెడ్డి గారు, మాజీ శాసనసభ్యులు ఈ యొక్క అశ్విని వైష్ణవ్ గారి ప్రోగ్రాం తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్రంలో వారితో పాటు రాబోయే రోజుల్లో కోఆర్డినేట్ చేస్తున్న ఎన్ఎం శ్రీనివాస్ రెడ్డి గారు, ఎన్విఎస్ఎస్ ప్రభాకర్ గారు, రాష్ట్ర స్పోక్స్ పర్సన్ ఎన్వి సుభాష్ గారు, సంగప్ప గారు, రజనీ పాల్వాయి గారు, బిట్టల్ గారు స్పోక్స్ పర్సన్స్, వీరితో పాటు సీనియర్ నాయకులందరూ కూడా పాల్గొంటున్నారు. శ్రీ ఆనరబుల్ మినిస్టర్, ఐ రిక్వెస్ట్ అశ్విని వైష్ణవ్ జీ టు స్పీక్.
హలో, నమస్తే అండి, బాగున్నారా? థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్ ఫర్ బీయింగ్ ప్రెసెంట్ ఇన్ థ్యాంక్ యూ సంతోష్. Thank you very much for being present in such large numbers. You want me to speak in English or Hindi? English is okay, or a combination? English, okay. Friends, this budget of financial year 23-24 is one of the most important budgets that has ever been presented in this country. We must see this budget in the light of the way the entire world is moving today. You are all aware that the entire world is going through a very difficult and uncertain time. Countries where there is a lot of opulence, very rich countries, even those countries are finding a lot of difficulty during the last almost 2.5 years. The world has gone through pandemic, it has seen supply chain disruptions, it has seen difficult crises like food crisis, energy crisis. Under all such circumstances, the way our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, the way he managed the economy, that is something which every entire world is today noticing. When the whole world is going through low growth or almost towards recession and very high inflation, in that circumstance, India is going through high growth and very reasonable, moderate, controlled actions. Friends, I would like to share some data with you. I would like to share the thought process with you, and then I would like to talk about specific to Telangana. The purpose of this visit and meeting all of you was to share the thought process behind the budget. All of you know that when the world is at 1% or 2% growth levels, India is today at 7% growth level. And that has been possible because of some choices that Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi Garuji made. What are those choices? Those choices are very important because that affects all our lives, that affects the way our country will grow in the next 10 years. The choice that Prime Minister made was we must use our capital in a very careful way. We must use our capital for investment. We must use our capital for growth. We must use our capital for creating a very strong foundation for the nation, for the youth, for the women, for all the marginalized sections. We must create such structures where they find good opportunities for them. This was very different from many other countries' approach, and that is why today, when the entire world is grappling low growth and high inflation, India is having a very comfortable high growth, 7% growth, and in coming year also, the growth is going to be very good. This was made possible by investing in infrastructure and so many reforms. The investment in infrastructure, which used to be just about 2.5 lakh crore, was first made 3.5 lakh crore in budget of 2020. Then in the budget of 2021, the capital investment was increased to 5.5 lakh crore. In the budget of 2022, capital investment was further increased to 7.5 lakh crore. These are not small numbers, these are very large numbers. And this has a huge implication on the growth. This has huge implication on the country's future, on the future of all our youth. This year, the capital investment in the entire country has been increased to a never before attempted level of 10 lakh crore rupees. It's unprecedented, it is historic, it is something which will lay a very strong foundation for the country's growth. This kind of thought process, this kind of clarity, this kind of continuous improvement in the country's infrastructure, that is the fundamental difference between the way Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, he managed the economy, and the way many rich countries manage the economies. The rich countries did not pay enough emphasis on investing in future, whereas Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji is continuously focused on investing in our country, investing for the youth, investing for women, investing for our tribal people, investing for our weaker sections, investing for our craftsmen, investing for our weavers, investing for the entire country. That is the primary focus by which India is today in such a comfortable growth position. All of us know that 2014, India was in the rank of GDP, India was 10th position. India was 10th position. Small countries were ahead of us. Now, India is at 5th position. It has surpassed those countries which were for many decades ahead of us. Today it is in the 5th position. And very soon, as per the reports of every economic publication, every financial publication, we will very soon be among the top 3 economies of the world. To reach that level, it requires a lot of thinking, a lot of investment, a lot of clarity. On the one hand, the marginalized sections must be fully supported. On the other hand, we must make sure that country's growth, country's future is also clearly supported. Therefore, so much emphasis throughout these last 8 years, 8.5 years, on providing the basic facilities to our poorest of the poor, to our marginalized sections, starting from Jan Dhan account, from Ujjwala Gas Yojana to Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. Each and every aspect of our poor people's life has been today made better. Kisan Samman Yojana, each and every aspect life of our poor people has been made better. And simultaneously the focus on infrastructure so that our future is secured, our youth get a better future, that has been done. I will now come to some of the very specific points, then we can have the questions. Friends, this year Honorable Prime Minister has given record allocation for railways in Telangana state. As you are aware, in the 2009 to 2014 period, before Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji took the leadership of the country, the allocation for railways in Telangana used to be a very small amount of 886 crore. That too was for the combined states of Andhra and Telangana. For the combined states of Andhra and Telangana, it used to be such a small number. Now that number, this year's number has been made 5 times to 4,418 crore. 4,418 crore allocation for railways in Telangana. The total number of projects, the value of the projects in Telangana state is 29,581 crore. 29,581 crore. And this can significantly increase if we get the cooperation of the state government. It is very unfortunate that in Telangana, the focus is not on development of infrastructure, the focus is on something else. Very unfortunate that despite central government so much push for creating strong foundation for long-term growth of the Telangana state and the people of Telangana, there is unfortunately very little support from the state government. Despite repeated reminders from the central government, despite repeated follow-up from the central government, we see very little movement from the state government. And that, unfortunately, still we are committed, and from our side, from the central government side, whatever is needed to be done, we will do, and we are doing. That is the reason why such a huge allocation has been made for the state of Telangana. This can further increase if there is cooperation from the state government in terms of land acquisition, in terms of permits, in terms of the state share which has to be done. If all these things are done in time, then this allocation can further increase. So I request that the very important sector of Telangana's economy, the railway sector, should be given its due importance by the state government of Telangana. There are 39 stations which are being taken under Amrit Bharat station scheme. 39 stations. Shall I read all the names? Okay. The big stations are station like Secunderabad, where 715 crore worth project has already been awarded, tender has been awarded. All the pre-work which is needed, removing the cables, removing some of the buildings, preparing the master plan, doing the geotechnical survey, entire thing, and you must have seen the design. It's a very good futuristic design in tune with the culture of Hyderabad as the cyber city of the entire world, famous IT industry. So it's a very modern building which is being developed, and that will become the city center. A large roof plaza will be created on which we can have lots of waiting area, lots of meeting place. The both sides of the city will be connected by through this station. There are many other stations which are being taken. If you want to read any one of them, Adilabad, Masar, Begumpet, Bhadrachalam Road. Adilabad, other stations which are taken up are Adilabad, Basar, Begumpet, Basar, Begumpet, Bhadrachalam Road, help me read the right word. Gadwal, Hafizpet, High-Tech City, Huppuguda, Hyderabad, Jadcherla, Janagaon, Kachiguda, Kamareddy, Karimnagar, Kazipet Junction, Khammam, Lingampally, Madira, Mahbubabad, Mehbubnagar, Malakpet, Malkajgiri, Mancherial, Medchal, Miryalguda, Nalgonda, Nizamabad, Pedapalli, Ramagundam, Secunderabad, Shadnagar. This is the list for stations which are being taken up now. Already which have already been taken up, like Cherlapalli. I'm not talking about the stations which have already been taken up in the past. Shadnagar, Shri Bala Brahmeshwari Jogalamba, Tandur, Umdanagar, Vikarabad, Warangal, Yadadri, Yakutpura, and Zahirabad. Almost throughout the state, we have taken up stations which will be taken up for developing as really modern, complete redevelopment, where the focus will be on connecting on both sides of the city or town. Focus will be on creating really good facilities. And as Honorable Prime Minister says, Virasat bhi Vikas bhi. Virasat bhi Vikas bhi, which means heritage and development goes together. So that will be taken up. In one station, one product, where the local products of Telangana are being displayed, already 24 stalls are being planned, where we already have, how many stations we already have? 24 stations we already have the one station, one product stalls, and that number will further be increased. And I'm very happy to share that many places the people are earning like 50,000 rupees a month, and some places even 70,000-80,000 rupees a month. That also gives a very good impetus to local products. I'll come to one point which must be there on your mind, about the Kajipet. Kajipet, very clearly in the schedule 13, item number 10, it was clearly mentioned that Indian Railways shall, within 6 months from the appointed day, examine the feasibility of establishing a rail coach factory in the successor state of Telangana. This was very clearly defined. So the feasibility was studied, and we very clearly have a much bigger demand for wagons compared to coaches, because coaches, there are already too many coach factory, whereas the demand for wagon is increasing day by day. Both are almost equal in terms of complexity, in terms of their value. So initially a project was created for 269 crore for wagon workshop at Kajipet, and then the state government was asked for providing land for it. The land required was 160 acres. The state government could provide only 150 acres land so far, and the connecting line 1.5 acre, which has to connect the land to the Kajipet station, that has still not been provided. Still, we have decided to go ahead with the project and upgrade it to a wagon manufacturing facility. Upgrade it to a wagon manufacturing facility. So, from 269 crore initial estimate for which was for overhauling and repair, now the wagon manufacturing thing will be done at an investment of 521 crore. 521 crore will be invested for developing a wagon manufacturing facility in Kajipet. The work has already been awarded in January, which is the month gone by. This tender has been awarded, and the work is on the verge of starting now. So this is a very big fulfillment of the promise made. With wagon comes many more things. As the factory progresses over the next 4 or 5 years, many more new things can be added. So I wanted to place it right up front. You are already aware that Vande Bharat train between Secunderabad and Visakhapatnam is running very well. Almost 120% occupancy rate is there. Some days it is even 130-35%. So looking at this grand success, we will be taking up more routes in the Telangana state for Vande Bharat trains. This will be announced at the right time. We have already done the feasibility studies, but as the time comes, we'll keep on sharing the details with you. I also wanted to share that for MMTS project, again, this was very clearly, there was a share of the state government, there was a responsibility of the state government, and there was a responsibility of the central government. The central government has done its responsibility, has done its part, but the state government has never come forward to contribute their part and their responsibility in this. Still, from the central government, Prime Minister Modi ji has allocated 600 crore for further developing the MMTS. And there is one section which is almost complete now, about to be completed. There, 20 new services will be started very soon. 20 new services will be started very soon. नाम लिख के देना उसका कौन सा section है. Then there was question from many people whether railway is getting privatized. I think our Honorable Minister, Mr. KTR, he has raised the point that railway is being privatized. He must know that Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has given a record allocation from the general budget to railways so that railway can grow, railway can develop, and there is absolutely no question of railway privatization. There is absolutely no question of railway privatization. Every project which is there good for railways is being done from the budget which is provided by the central government. So there is no question of railway privatization. I also want to share one more very important thing with you. Hyderabad is the hub of information technology. It is the hub of AI, it is the hub of ML, it is the hub of all the high-tech things. Therefore, Hyderabad is getting developed as the major hub for developing two very important technologies in the country. First is 6G technology, and second is railway technologies for AI, machine learning, IoT, and train protection system. So centers of excellences are being developed within Hyderabad for these two very important futuristic technologies, which are very, very much in line with the way the city has grown. Hyderabad is a major IT hub. So that's why these two high-tech things are being developed in Hyderabad in two institutions. One is IRISET. IRISET is part of railways. Second is IIT Hyderabad. So these two institutions, lots and lots of funding and excuse me, and support from the central government is coming for developing these technologies. So I wanted to share with you Telangana state, the outstanding amount is more than 500 crore rupees from the state for contributing to the railway projects. Whereas central government has gone ahead and kept on investing. The section of MMTS which is about to be, which is now ready, and where new 20 services will be started, that is Secunderabad to Medchal. Secunderabad to Medchal. So this is the specific for Telangana. Overall, this budget will create a very good growth momentum in the country. This budget has ensured that the middle classes get a very important relief in terms of income tax. The budget has provided income tax exemption all the way up to 7 lakh rupees per annum income. The budget has provided very good allocation for practically every section of the society with a special focus on women's empowerment. As you know, Honorable Prime Minister, from 2014 onwards, he has continuously focused towards improving the living conditions for our sisters in the urban areas, in rural areas, in every part of the society. I don't know how many of you you have the experience of having been born in a village. I was born in a village. It's so difficult. It used to be so undignified, not having toilets within the house. The kind of, not having tap water supply. All those things were really, demeaning for any person. Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji has focused on such things and made sure that dignity of women is ensured in the rural areas, the livelihood is improved, and continuous focus has been made on. So this budget also provides a major thrust to the women's self-help groups, where the women's self-help groups will be developed in clusters. They will be provided skills, they will be provided resources, and they will be provided market for their product, so that women empowerment through this productive use of their energies can be further made. There is also a very big focus on artisans, craftsmen, all the people who work with the tools. There is a huge focus on that. In many parts of the country, we call them Vishwakarma, Vishwakarma is the engineering god. I'm an engineer, so I feel good about it. The god of engineering. So, and lots of focus on making sure that the people who are artisans, are craftsmen, they get much better facilities, they get good credit, they get good training, the products get branding, and they get a good market. So on the whole, each and every section of the society has got very good relief. Each and every section of the society has got a very good growth path in this budget. Thank you very much. I'll now take questions.
Yes. My name is Bhavan. You told that about 500 crores is due from the state government for various projects. Since how long this due was there?
Close to almost 3-4 years, there is very little progress on the state government side. And this is very unfortunate, but still from our side, we are continuing to work, because we think that if the state government is not responsible, that doesn't mean that the people of Telangana should suffer.
Then what about the permissions? You are telling that permissions are
Land acquisition is most important critical function that the state has to do. And wherever, and this is something I'm saying with full responsibility, that a project cannot be done simply by central government alone. State government's support is very important. And as Honorable Prime Minister says, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Vishwas, and Sabka Prayas. Sabka Prayas means we have to, all of us have to make effort for development. It cannot be one-sided, it has to be effort of everybody. Sabka Prayas. Sabka Prayas means effort by everybody. So, especially such large infrastructure projects, it has to be support from both sides, then only things can move. We can give you the full details. We can give you the full details also. But this is not something, I mean, we will, as a responsible person, I've said this in Parliament also, wherever there is no support from the state government, we have said without making any allegations, we are very clearly requesting the state government for support. And if the support is available in good time and good effort is made, we can assure you that Honorable Prime Minister's commitment for development of Telangana is immense. He has promised it again and again, and he is delivering it wherever the state governments are giving good support. There, the projects are moving very, very fast. You have seen how the bullet train moved at such a rapid pace in one state where there was support, and other state where there was no support, it could not move. But when the state government changed, and when Mr. Shinde and Mr. Devendra Fadnavis ji took the responsibility in Maharashtra, immediately they started giving support, and the work has started there also. So a lot of things depend upon the state government support. If this was what you are saying is true, then this number will speak for itself. Number will speak for itself. That is why I'm saying the allocation has been made 5 times. If you see, before 2014, the combined allocation for Andhra and Telangana was 886 crore. Now the allocation for Telangana alone is 4,418 crore. This is 5 times. This clearly shows how much commitment is there from the central government for the state.
State Minister KTR is saying the speed with which the government, the railway ministry is doing the works is very slow.
Mr. KTR should know that in the 2014 period, I'll give 3 data, right? I'll give 3 data. The number of electrification, the kilometers of electrification every year used to be 700, 600, that order every year electrification. Now it is 6,000 kilometers every year. It's not a small jump, it is a 10 times jump, right? If the pace of work is good, then only this kind of progress can happen. First data. Second, construction of new tracks, doubling gauge conversion. It used to be just about 1,900, 1,800 kilometers every year. It is now 4,500 kilometers. 4,500 kilometers. And this year, 4,500 kilometers. Next year, 7,000 kilometers. This is not a small jump. This is from almost 4 kilometers per day. We have moved to now 12 kilometers per day. 4 kilometers per day to 12 kilometers per day. Laying new tracks. 3 times jump, 300% jump. Electronic interlocking of stations. Every station is a very complex project, right? It is very important that we make sure that trains come exactly in a very controlled and safe manner. On an average, every year, just about 30 or 40 stations were done. This is called almost like computer control of a station. That is like ATC in aircraft, airport, like ATC, same thing, station control is there. Now we are doing about 400 every year. Take every aspect of railways, the progress is of the order of 4 times, 5 times, 10 times. What Mr. KTR is saying? He should check the numbers before he says.
What about the metro for our city?
Metro, just imagine before Modi ji took the responsibility of the country, metro was there only in a few large cities, right? Now, metro projects are going on in almost 18 cities in the country. Today we are almost nearing to be the second largest metro network in the entire world. Every city of the country is getting this facility of modern infrastructure. And now Honorable Prime Minister has given a very good concept of Vande Metro. What is this concept? This concept is that if there are two cities which are located close to each other, 40, 50 kilometers, 60 kilometer, 100 kilometer, right? So you have seen in Europe, that kind of distance generally is done by trains which are called regional trains. Regional trains are trains which run at very high frequency, every 45 minutes, every 1 hour, every 1.5 hours. And they run between a pair of two cities, right? So that concept, now Honorable Prime Minister has given this target this year after the success of Vande Bharat, develop a new world-class regional train which will be Vande Metro. So that Vande Metro train we will develop this year and come out with the prototype within the next 12 to 16 months, and then roll it out, first run it in one place for at least 1 year. These are very complex machines where human safety is very, very important. So that's why we have to test it for 1 year complete, at least minimum 1 year we have to test it, and then roll it out in a big way. Just like Vande Bharat, in 2017, Prime Minister gave the target of developing a world-class train. 2019, first two trains were manufactured, designed, manufactured. Then after that, for 2 years, 2.5 years, the trains were run almost like 12 lakh kilometers they were run. And basis the experience, then major continuous production, serial production as we call, serial production has started. So now almost every 7-8 days, a new train is coming from the factory. And very soon, this production will be further ramped up. So lots and lots of progress is there in railways.
Sir, your government has included Bhadrachalam, a temple town into the Ramayana circuit, but there is no railway station in Bhadrachalam, which the closest railway station is in Kottaguru, which is 40-50 kilometers away from Bhadrachalam. Is there any plan to extend the railway track or any new track from?
Yes, one DPR is being prepared for extending it. One DPR is being prepared. Actually, if you look at it, close to about survey ka dikalo, ongoing surveys. Almost 1,300 kilometer worth new DPRs are being prepared. And again, I'll request in full sincerity to the state government that please support in these surveys and land acquisition so that we can really develop the state in a very nice way. Separate, we can meet separate.
You can write out. Sir, what about the travel group? Journalist is not yet come back.
Sorry? See, railway has a very big social obligation, and last year railway gave 59,000 crore worth subsidy, which is equivalent to 55% concession for every passenger. Already each and every passenger is getting 55% concession. Railway is giving subsidy on passenger transportation. Railway is giving subsidy on food grain transportation. It is giving subsidy on fertilizer transportation, giving subsidy on many items. It is giving subsidy. And that is because railway is meeting a major social obligation, and much of this fund is coming from the central government's budget. So central government is giving all these subsidies. new proposal for metros. See, metro again, we have to very clearly understand, metro project is always done in collaboration with the state government. Every metro project in the country is a joint venture between state government and central government, except a few projects which were taken up in PPP in the initial period. After that, a clear model has been created in which the state government and the central government, they join hands, create a joint venture, and then take up metro projects. And the reason for that also is very clear. It's a city situation. In a city, development of any project is very much dependent upon state government support. So if the state government comes up with more proposals, the central government will definitely examine.
The state has recently announced and laid a foundation for a new metro from Hyderabad to the international airport. They said this is a 6,000 crore project, we are doing it on own. Reasons unknown why they are not tying up with central government, but if they wish to do tie up with central government, will you be happy to associate with?
Definitely, if they send the proposal, we will definitely examine it.
Thank you. Thank you to all. One and all.
Thank you so much. Dhanyavad Andi.